You're on live.
Hi. Hi, Donna. Donna, can I unmute you? Maybe. There it is. There you are. Hi. Oh, good. I can hear you. How are you? Good. We're going to get started in just a few minutes. We're just kind of setting up and can you see that yoga mat behind me? Okay. Well, are you at home? It looks like you're at home. Yeah. Yeah, you'll be. Oh, nice. Oh, wow. That's awesome. Aw, so good. So you got the email then? Oh, I'm so glad you're here. All right, Kyle, Jacqueline, Claire, if you guys want to turn on your cameras. The time is 1:30. We're going to get started. Oh, Kyle, I know you're going to turn. There he is. I was like, are you punking me? I'm not going to turn on your camera. So if you don't feel comfortable with your camera, that's fine. You don't have to have it on. But I would love, it's easier for me to teach when I can see you on camera. Hi, Claire and Jacqueline and Ashley. So it's easier for me to speak right to your bodies when I can see your bodies. Hi, Maria. Hello. All right. So before we get started, I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. My name is Lynn. I've been teaching yoga for 5 years. I did my training at Grace and Glory Yoga, and I'm a Baptiste certified teacher. So what I teach is a very powerful vinyasa. Who's first time taking yoga? Anybody? No? Oh, good. Great. So we're all seasoned yogis. We have a couple more. Don, well, it's been a while for some of us. That's fine. We have a couple more coming on, so I'm just going to talk about myself until we see who's going to be on the call today. So I'm currently working at Optimal Health, and you see Rachel behind me. She's going to be doing the flow as I call the poses. And what else do you need to know? Anything you can think of? Oh, I do have things I want to tell you. Okay, so the class that you're in today will be for the next 8 Fridays. So we'll meet at 1:30 to 2:30 and we'll practice. I would love to see your faces every Friday, and I understand if you can't make it, you can. But also, if you enjoy the class today, please share the link and the password to come into the class to your friends and invite people. And what I really want to get out of the next 8 classes together is to create a healthy habit for ourselves. So I know a lot of us have gone from working outside of the home to now being more stationary, working at home. And what I would like is just to create kind of like just have an opportunity to start a healthy habit, to create a yoga practice. If some of you already have a yoga practice, that's fine. But we'll, each week we'll kind of, I haven't really decided if we're gonna go over focus on different areas of yoga, but yes, keep coming and we'll keep growing our practice together. So, does anybody have any questions before we get started? No, you guys you're just ready. You're ready to move your bodies. Yes, Maria's giving the thumbs up. Okay, awesome. Let's get started. I'm going to mute you, Donna, now, so we can all be on mute. And we're going to get started in child's pose. So come to the back edge of your mat and bring your big toes to touch. And take your knees out wide. So I want your child's pose today to be a wide child's pose, stretching your low back. Take the knees really wide. And then just settle in here. Settle in the first pose. lift your forehead and shift your gaze so that you can see your toes. So it'll look like lifting the forehead up and maybe tilting the forehead down just a bit more so that you can see your toes. So between the knees, now your eyes are wide open and you can see your toes. Hi, Nick. Good to see you. And then take your pose and I want you to lengthen it. Lift your palms, so actually take them off of the mat and reach them forward. Reach the arm bones long and then press the palms down into the mat. So there's a lengthening happening from your fingertips through the upper arm bones all the way to the hips. Press your hips down towards your heels. So you're really starting to find alignment in your body. And together, we'll take a deep inhale through the nose. So fill up your lungs, fill up completely. And then a slow exhale out of the nose. And then do that again. Full breath in, fill up. And then slow, slow, slow exhale. Good, and as we move today, know that all that you need is your breath. So as we move through the next about 60 minutes of class, you've got your breath to carry you. And it's the long inhale through the nose, and then that equally as long exhale out of the nose on the other side of that breath. And in our practice, we call that Ujjayi breath. Take a deep inhale through the nose. And then a slow exhale out of the nose, keeping the mouth, the lips sealed. Good, and on your own, take 3 more Ujjayi breaths without me calling it. I want you to really feel the expansion of your diaphragm as you inhale and as you exhale. Take 2 more breaths. Press your fingers down. Feel the mat beneath you. One more breath together. Exhale, slow for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now you'll shift your body into downward facing dog. So you're going to create an upside down V on your mat. And then let your neck go. So relax the neck. Yeah, so your eyes now will see the back edge of your mat. And go ahead and add some movement into your down dog. So you can pedal the knees. I like to lift a leg and open through the hip. You can do that on both sides. And when you're complete, you'll find stillness. And take your dog and lengthen it. So some of you are creating really short down dogs, which is fine, but for today, let's create a long down dog. So your mat is like 60 something inches long. You can bring your hands forward on your mat more. Yes, that's it, Claire, right? Like that. Good. Good. Now, draw your shoulder blades and wrap them around your spine, your upper spine. Take a full breath in. Slow exhale. Good. Take 2 more Ujjayi breaths. One more big breath in. Fill up. Empty out. And then tiptoe your feet all the way to meet your hands. So now you'll land at the top edge of your mat. And create a forward fold ragdoll, opposite hand to opposite elbow. So you'll catch your hand to your elbow on either side. Good, now soften the knees. So some of you are locking the knees. Yeah, bend the knees slightly. And from there, now shift your hips forward so that your hips are right in line with the ankles. And let your upper body be heavy. You know, we sit in our seats when we're working from home. We're like in our chairs majority of our work day. And it compresses our spine. So this pose is a decompressant. And it happens from allowing the upper body, so your shoulders, your arm bones, your noggin, your head, to be really heavy. Relax the neck. If you're holding the neck, relax it. And take breaths. And let gravity do its work here. Let gravity lengthen the spine. Together, take one more breath. Inhale. And then slowly exhale. Release your hands and then toe heel your feet so that they're side by side. Bring your feet next to one another. And now you'll bring your hands to your shins and you'll create a halfway lift. So a flat back. You can see Rachel behind me doing it. Good. Draw your shoulders up towards the ceiling. So lift through the shoulders. Good, and now send your gaze, your eyes, down out in front of you, about 6 inches at the front edge of your mat. Good. Really feel your belly here. Pull the belly button to spine. Together, take a full breath in. And as you exhale, release your hands, bow forward, bow down. And then slowly rise up. Take extended mountain pose. Good, like a good morning overhead pose. Reach your hands up towards the ceiling. And now draw your shoulders back around your upper spine. Take a full breath in. And then exhale, bow forward. Halfway lift, breath in. And then step back, high to low plank. Lower down, Chaturanga Dandasana. Upward facing dog. Take a big breath in. And then downward facing dog. Good. If you guys can hear me, give me a thumbs up because your videos are freezing on me, so I'm not sure you're with me. Claire, do you hear me? Good. Okay. Good. Yes, there. Okay, great. So even if the video gets wonky on my end, I will continue to call the poses. But just so you know, for that Sunday, I didn't really see many of you moving, and I don't really know why. Take a full breath in. Empty out. And step your feet to your hands. Be intentional. Step forward, top of your mat. Halfway lift. Forward fold, bow. And then rise up, mountain pose, reach up. From the feet, the heels, press the heels down and lengthen through the side body. Really reach. And now bow forward, exhale. Halfway lift, take a breath in for the halfway lift. And then step back, high to low plank, Chaturanga. Upward facing dog, draw your shoulders back to the back of your room. Downward facing dog. Good. Take 3 Ujjayi breaths. Good. Feel the mat beneath your fingers. Press your fingers down. One more. Big breath in. Fill up. Empty all of the air out. Get completely empty of air. Now, step your feet to your hands. Be intentional. Top of your mat. Halfway lift, lengthen the spine, flat back. Bow forward. Rise up, mountain pose. Meet it with the breath. Inhale to the peak of the pose. And there's a pause on that inhale. Now bow forward, exhale. Empty all of the air. You got it, Jacqueline. Halfway lift. Step back, high to low plank. Upward facing dog, get a big breath in. Downward facing dog, empty out. Good, take 3 Ujjayi breaths. We are in the awakening series of our practice. So what we're going through right now, they're sun A's, and it's to wake our bodies up. So as you'll notice as the class moves, it'll heat up and it'll get a little bit faster, maybe a little bit more challenging. Right here, we're just waking up the body. So what I really want you to focus on is matching your breath to your movements. Take a big inhale. Empty out. Step your feet to your hands. When you land at the top of the mat, halfway lift, breath in. Forward fold, breath out. Rise up, mountain pose. Inhale. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Chaturanga. That's just high to low plank. Step back high, lower down, chaturanga. Upward facing dog, breath in. Downward facing dog, breath out. Good, take 3 breaths. Take a big breath in. Empty out. Step your feet to your hands, or you can jump this time if you want to jump. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Rise all the way up, mountain pose. Inhale. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Chaturanga, high to low plank. Upward facing dog, get your breath in. Downward facing dog, empty your lungs. Good, take 3 cleansing breaths here. One more breath in. Empty out. Step or jump to the top of your mat. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Chair pose. So here we're going to take chair. So just as if you're sitting in a chair, you're going to bend the knees. And I want you to shift the weight of your body back into the heels. So much so that you can lift your 10 toes off of the mat. Good, and now reach your hands up towards the ceiling. So your biceps are to your ears. Take a full breath in. And now sit 2 inches lower. Sink, sit into the seat. Good, breath in. Sit 2 inches lower. I see that smile, Jacqueline. Right? You're like, oh, now my body, I can feel it, right? Like there's heat happening, there's muscles working. And it does, it lights you up. Good. Breath in. And then bow forward, exhale. Halfway lift. Chaturanga, so you'll step back high to low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Right side, warrior 1. Step your right foot through. Good, and you're going to create 90 degrees to your front knee. So you'll bend your front knee to 90 so that your knee is right in line with the ankle. And then reach your hands up towards your biceps rather to your, what is that called? Your ears. Good, and then, so look straight ahead. So Rachel, turn your body so that you're facing the wall. The other way, Rachel. What? Like this.
Okay.
There we go. And then bend your front knee more. Good. Spiral your pinky fingers into center line. Take a full breath in. Yeah, you got it, that's it. Empty out. Good, one more breath. Inhale, spread your fingers wide. Get your fingers really wide. And as you exhale, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. And now left side, warrior one. So step the left foot to the top of the mat. You're going to spiral your back foot flat. That's it. Good, so Jacqueline, come forward in your front knee more. Jacqueline's like, I'm never coming to this class again. This instructor is just picking on me. I'm not. I don't know why I'm zoning in on you today. Good, now press your feet down. Press all of your feet down into the mat and feel the connection that your heels have to the mat in a way that lengthens you through the side body, like up out of your hips. Reach higher, reach higher. Chaturanga. Good work. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Good, and that was a sun B. So you went through sun A's, and now we're gonna move through some sun B's. Take a full breath in. Empty. One more, inhale. Let it go. Step or jump to the top of your mat. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Chair pose, Utkatasana. Take a seat, breath in. Forward fold, breath out. Halfway lift. Chaturanga, high to low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Right side, warrior one. Chaturanga, high to low. Upward facing. Downward facing dog. And then left side, warrior one. One breath, root through the feet, rise up, inhale to the peak of the pose. And now you'll flow, chaturanga, completing the sun B. So you'll meet in down dog, chaturanga, up dog, all the way to downward facing dog. The dogs love Zoom yoga. I was teaching Zoom yoga all through the quarantine, and that was my favorite part of the classes, was seeing all the pets, all the dogs go right up to their owners and get in their face. Jacqueline's dog's wagging his tail. Take a full breath in. Empty out. Step or jump, top of your mat. Halfway lift. Bow deeply. Chair pose, one breath. Come right into your seat. Inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Halfway lift, draw your shoulders towards your ceiling. Chaturanga. Upward facing. Downward facing. Right side, warrior one. One breath, root through the feet, rise up, breath in. Chaturanga, breath out. Upward facing. Downward facing. And then left side, complete the sun B. One breath, rise into warrior. Chaturanga. Upward facing. Downward facing dog. Take a full breath in. Empty out. Take 2 more breaths. One more, inhale. Draw your shoulder blades around your thoracic spine. Really draw in, empty out. Good, lift your your right leg in line with your right hip. So immediately, what I saw on the call or in the class was that everyone lifted their leg really high. What I want you to do is find the alignment from your right heel to your right hip, one straight line. So Claire, you can bring your leg down. Yes, right there, right there. Good. Now flex your right foot to your shin. Good. Now from here, all I want you to do is bend your knee. Bring your heel to your butt, to your glute. Yep, just like that. Good. Feel the connection your hands have to the mat. Press the hands down. Now, bend your knees, stack your hips, open through the side body. So now your heel will go all the way to the left side of your room. Is that right? Yeah, left side. Yeah. Good. Stay here for 2 breaths, or you can take it into flip dog if you want to take your heel all the way down to the floor behind you. If you're like, I have no idea what she's talking about, you can look at Nick because he just did it, and Maria. You can check out their screens. They don't mind. And then come into high plank. Maria gave me a thumbs up. She's cool with it. Good. And then side plank, right side. Keep your right hand down. And there's an option here to drop your bottom knee to the mat, or you can take the full expression, which is how Claire has it, with both legs extended long. Claire's alignment is awesome. Claire, see the alignment, your shoulder to wrist, really good. Now draw the hips high, press the hips up, really good. Take a full breath in. Empty out. On their next inhale, lift the top leg up. Lift the top leg high, high, high. And then exhale, lower the leg. Good. One more. Stay in it. Breath in, lift up. Top leg lifts. Good. Chaturanga, high to low plank. Upward facing. Downward facing. Step your right foot forward. Take crescent lunge. So the difference between crescent lunge and warrior is basically your back foot. So in crescent lunge, you're going to be on the toes of your back foot. So as if you had like a high heel on. Yeah, see, lift the heel right over the toes. That's it. Rachel has it. And then you're gonna come, Rachel, actually bring your front foot up like, yeah. Lengthen, you wanna lengthen from your front foot to your back foot. Good, and now reach the biceps to the ears. Good, that's crescent lunge. And the only difference between crescent lunge and warrior is in warrior, our back foot is spiral flat, but in crescent, we're up on the toes. Good, now straighten your back kneecap up towards the ceiling. That's it. Good. Bring your hands to the center of your chest. Right at prayer. Take a full breath in. And then exhale, twist to the right. So you'll bring your elbow to your knee. And your knee, you got it. Other way.
Right one?
Yeah, right. Good. Take a big breath in. Empty out. Donna, I love your beautiful smile, but I need you to twist the other way. Take one more breath. Inhale. Extended side angle. So for extended side angle, you're going to keep your front knee bent to 90. Bring your right hand down and lift the left hand up towards the ceiling. And you're going to send your gaze, your drishti, your eyes, up towards your top thumb. So look up. Yes, that's it. Take one more breath. Inhale. Chaturanga Tadasana, high to low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Here's a little funny side note. Last minute, Rachel said, I think I'm gonna take the class, and I think she's behind me probably cursing me for all these chaturangas right now. She didn't really know what she was getting herself into. Lift your left leg, find that same alignment. So left heel to left hip. And now flex your left foot to your shin. Now just bend the knee, bring the heel to your bottom. Take one more breath. And now as you exhale, bend, open the hips. So now you're stacking the hips on top of one another. Good, option to stay here or take it into flip dog where you'll just bring the foot down to the floor. Yes, Kyle, that's it. Kyle, bring your feet a little bit closer together. Right there, yes. That's it, Kyle. Now press down through the feet, lift up through the hips. Take one more breath. Flip over, high plank. Side plank, left side, left arm down, right hand up. And again, you can take your knee to the mat, or you'll stay in that full expression. And lift the hips high. So you want to arch the hips up towards the ceiling. Take one more breath. Actually, I lied. Exhale. We got to lift our leg. Match the other side. Inhale, lift the leg high. And then exhale, lower down. One more. Inhale, stay with it. Inhale, high. And then exhale, lower. Chaturanga, high to low plank. Upward facing. Downward facing dog. Good. Crescent lunge on the left side. Good, and on this side, without me yelling all the cues at you, I want you to get curious on alignment here for yourself. So like really check in. Notice the back leg, notice the front leg, notice the alignment of the front knee to the front ankle. You want to stack joints always. So in yoga, we're always stacking our joints to keep our body safe and make our bones stronger. When we stack joints in any sort of exercise, yoga, working out, we're actually strengthening our bones by finding alignment in our body and stacking our joints. Take a big breath in. And bring your hands to the center of your chest. And you'll twist to the left. So twist left, bring your elbow to your knee back into your elbow. Yep, that's it. So if you get the connection of the knee to elbow, you'll press the knee into the elbow and the elbow back into the knee. So it's like a counter action happening. And through that, you'll open more through the chest. You'll find the rotation to the ceiling, up towards the torso, up towards the ceiling. Take one more breath in. And then keep your leg at 90 degrees. You'll take extended side angle. And the option here for extended side angle is your elbow can be on your knee, or it can be extended long, your arm can be extended long, and your hand can be on the floor. Take a full breath in. Chaturanga, high to low. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Together, take a breath in. This time, open your mouth and sigh it out, let it go. Do that again. Breath in and sigh it out. Tiptoe your feet to your hands. Halfway lift at the top of the mat. Bow deeply, bow. Chair's wiping sweat. I know I'm doing my work when I see you guys sweaty. Bend your knees, take Utkatasana. Chair pose, I'm sorry. I know like 3 poses in Sanskrit, and that's it. Chair is Utkatasana. Good, take a seat. So open the chest. Draw your shoulder blades around the spine, and you want to broaden the chest to the front of the room. Good. From here, bring your hands to the center of your chest. Hands at heart center. Take a breath in, and you'll twist to the right as you exhale. So here, there's a couple options. You can bring your knee or your elbow all the way to the outside of your knee, or you can bring your elbow between the knees. Excuse me. Yeah, Jacqueline, that's it. That's great. Good. Take a full breath in. On your exhale, bring it out. You're going to twist deeper into the pose. Good. Breath in. Twist on the exhale. Bow forward. Release. Take your feet wide on your mat, and you'll take your peace fingers to your big toes for Yogi Toe Lock. Soften your neck. Soften your knees. And in this pose, acknowledge yourself for doing something really good for yourself today. You know, being at home and working from home. I know for me that when quarantine happened and I ended up at home working, in the beginning I was good at keeping up a routine of practicing or exercising, but then it dwindled off a little bit for me. And maybe that's your experience and maybe it isn't, but acknowledge yourself for being here today. For taking this time for yourself to move and breathe. Halfway lift. Forward fold. And toe heel your feet back together. Come into Utkatasana again, chair pose. Send your attention to the 4 corners of your feet. So you want to think about the big toe mound and the pinky toe mound and the heel. Really press the feet down, but I want you to get light in the toes. So lift the toes off of the mat. Now with your toes lifted, bring your hands to heart center. And on your exhale, you'll twist to the left. Good. Get the alignment in your knees. So some of you, I can see your knees are one is jetting out in front of the other. You want to bring the knees back into alignment so that they're side by side. That's it. Awesome. Take a full breath in. And then sit 3 inches lower. Kyle, back in the pose. I know him, so I can be mean to him. Take a full breath in. Forward fold. Bow out of the pose. Release. Now this time, take your feet wide and you'll take gorilla pose. So place your palms all the way under your feet. You can bend your knees a bunch here. I like to take this pose so much, like with my knees bent so much that my chest actually will rest on my thighs. But you don't have to, however it feels good in your body. Soften your neck, let your neck go. Halfway lift. Forward fold. And then again, halfway lift. Bow. Release your hands, and you'll take crow pose. Some of you are like, heck no, I'm not doing that. So crow pose is an arm balance, You can, if you have no idea, if you know crow, you'll just go ahead and get in it. But if you are like, I have no idea what she's talking about, you can send your attention to me. So you'll take, to start, a wide yogi squat. This is the first step to crow, actually. So your elbows are the insides of the knees. And press the elbows out into the knees. Good. And then from here, take your hands and you'll place them on the ground in front of you. Lift the hips high. I'm up on my toes too, so come up on the toes. And then from there, you can practice lifting one foot and the other foot off of the ground. So that's the first steps to getting into crow. Yeah, Donna. Okay. Step back or jump back, chaturanga. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. And if that's something that is something that you would like to do one day, be able to get into crow, keep coming and we can really start workshopping that each week and focusing on some fun inversions, maybe, if that's what you guys want. Take a breath in, empty out. Step or jump forward. Halfway lift. Bow deeply. Take eagle pose on the right side. So come into chair, start there as if you're going into chair pose first. And then take your right leg over your left and your left arm under your right. So you're creating like, as if you're like a pretzel, a human pretzel. Take a full breath. Empty. And switch sides. Eagle left side. Left leg over, right arm under. Take extended mountain pose, reach up. Take dancer pose on the right side. So reach back for your right ankle with your right hand. And then you'll reach your left arm forward. Right, you got it. Okay. Good, and then switch sides. So set yourself up for dancer on the left side. Left hand, left ankle. Reach the right arm forward. So without forcing, just let, however it lands is perfect. Take extended mountain pose, reach up. And we'll take tree on the right side. So bring your right foot either to your ankle, your calf, or your inner thigh, but you want to be above or below the knee. That's it, good. And then you can bring your hands to heart center, or if you want to, you can reach your hands up. Switch sides, take the tree on the left. Take extended mountain pose, reach up. And then send your gaze, your eyes up in between your palms and reach up and back. So to give yourself a little bit of a back bend. And then slowly bow forward, vertebrae by vertebrae. Halfway lift. High to low plank, chaturanga. Upward facing. Downward facing dog. Shift forward into high plank. Come forward so that your shoulders are right in line with your wrists. And with your shoulders in line with your wrists, get your heels in line with your toes. Good. press down through the floor as if you're pressing through the floor. Lift the belly button up, lift up. Good, lift your mid back up. So you want to think about pressing your shoulder blades up towards the ceiling. Take a full breath in. And then slowly on my count for 5, you'll lower down. 4, 3, 2, 1. Flat to your mat. Go ahead and take a resting cheek. And then you can switch cheeks. Just resting. You're resting. Rachel just said, just rest. Yeah, you did a lot of hard work. Give yourself some rest. Bring your forehead to the mat. And bring your palms down by your sides. And flip the palms so that they're on the floor. Flip them. Okay, on your next inhale, lift up locust pose. So you'll lift your arms, lift your thighs off of the mat. Good. Can you see Rachel? She's got it. Take a breath in. And then exhale, lower down, release. Good, take a resting breath. Inhale. Empty out. One more breath in. Clear it out. On your next inhale, come back up. Second one, locust pose. Lift up, lift your chest. Lift your thighs off of the mat. Kyle's getting an assist from his daughter. Lower down, release. Go ahead and release out of the pose. Good, you can shake your hips side to side, wiggle your hips out. And now reach back for your ankles. For floor bow. Bring your thighs together, so bring the knees together. And your inhale, lift up without forcing. So you might not come off of the ground a ton, and that's okay. Lift as high as you can without forcing. And then lower down, release. Take your knees left and right, windshield wiper the knees. And then one more, floor bow. So bend the knees, reach back for the ankles. Last one, inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down, release. Take your knees side to side. Good. Upward facing dog. Bring your hands to your lowest ribs. Downward facing dog. Run your feet through your hands, come to your backs. You're just gonna lay flat on your back. Good, we're gonna do bridge pose. Press your heels down and lift the hips high. Good, I want you to send your attention to your glutes and squeeze your glute muscles in and up towards the ceiling. Lift up. Exhale, lower down, release. You can take your knees left and right. Reset. And then go back up, bridge pose. Press the heels down. Good, draw the shoulders in towards the center line of your mat. Take a full breath in. Exhale, release. Take your knees left and right. And then we're gonna do one more. So the option here is bridge pose or wheel pose. So you can take another bridge, or if wheel is in your practice, we're doing one wheel today, so you'll come right up into wheel or bridge, your choice. Good, take a breath in. Exhale, stay. One more breath, inhale, lift, higher. Exhale, release down to your mat. Supta Baddha Konasana. Soles of your feet together. Take your knees out wide. You can place your hands on your center line if you like, or next to you is fine. Take happy baby pose. Bend your knees, reach for your feet. (30-60) leg lowers. You're going to extend your feet up towards the ceiling. Flex your feet to your face. And you can bring your hands to your low back. So I want you to, we're gonna pause here for a second. If your low back is not flat to the mat, I want you to place your hands under your low back for protection. Good. And if you naturally, you have that connection of the low back to the mat, you can spark your fingers by your side. So there's not a right or wrong, everyone's body's just different. So if you have that connection of the low back to the mat, you could spark your fingers at your sides, but if you don't have it, place your hands under the low back. Good, and then feet lifted. Take a full breath in. Exhale, lower your heels down 30 degrees. Good, pause here. Inhale. Exhale, another 30 degrees with the heels towards the mat. Good, breath in. This time, exhale your heels just above the mat. So they're hovering right over the mat. Good, on the next inhale, lift all the way up. Slow, 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 slow. Good, exhale, lower 30 degrees. Inhale. Exhale, 30 degrees. Good, breath in. Lower your heels to a hover. Inhale, lift very slowly. Use your core, use your belly to lift the legs. Good. Exhale, lower 30. Breath in. Lower 30. Breath in, fill up. Lower to a hover. This time, lift your shoulders off of the mat. See your toes. Send your eyes to your toes. Flex your feet to your face. Take an inhale, exhale, stay. Now inhale, lift slowly. Good, bend your knees. Take abdominal twists or bicycles. So you can bring your fingertips right behind your skull and then opposite elbow to opposite knee. But I want you to think about not so much the elbow to knee, but the armpit to knee. So as you're twisting, you're lifting the shoulder and thinking about getting your armpit to the opposite knee. That's really good. You want to get that twist through the midsection of your body. Good, for 500, 499, just kidding. Let's do from here, we'll do 6 more. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release, hug your knees into your chest, squeeze in tight. Give yourself a squeeze. And rock and roll, so from your upper spine to your low spine, rock and roll. And come into mountain pose at the top of the mat. Bow forward, halfway lift, high to low plank, Chaturanga Dandasana, upward facing, downward facing dog. Good, run your feet through your hands, come to a seat. For seated forward fold, so you're just gonna come to your mat. Extend your feet out in front of you, reach up tall, and then bow forward. tuck your chin. Just letting your hands land where they land. You don't have to touch your toes. Halfway lift, take a breath in. And then bow forward. Take single leg forward fold, bring your right foot into your left thigh. Reach up tall. On your exhale, fold. Halfway lift. Fold. And then you'll switch sides. Seated forward, or single leg forward fold rather, on the opposite side. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Slowly make your way into waterfall. So for waterfall, if you're at home and you have, if you have a block, you could use a block. If you don't have a block, you could use like a pillow off your couch or your dog. No, don't use your dog. You're gonna place the block or the pillow under your low back and extend your feet up towards the ceiling. You can do this without a prop too. So if you don't have a prop, that's fine. You just lift the feet up. Take one more breath, inhale. As you exhale, release the prop, release the pose. Bring your hips down to your mat. And you're going to take a supine twist to the right. So you'll drop your knees to the right. Go ahead and cactus your arms here and send your eyes to the left. So knees and in one direction, eyes in the opposite direction. Switch sides, supine twist opposite way. Good. Bring your hips to center. Take one last Supta Baddha Konasana, soles of your feet together, knees wide. Takes something like 40 days to create a healthy habit for ourselves. So what I want to do is encourage you guys through this week to set up a time to practice on your own. And you can do it by finding something online or just making it up as you go. But try to set that time aside to create the habit, to create the practice of yoga for yourself. Take a full breath in. Empty out. Extend your arms and legs long. Take Shavasana, final rest. But in the pose of nothing, so there's nothing to do here. Your muscles aren't engaged. Allow your muscles to be relaxed. Allow your bones to be heavy. Allow your breath to be easy, natural. When you're ready, you can roll onto your right side. And then you'll sit up tall, facing your device, your computer, your phone, iPad, and bring your hands in the center of your chest. And together, we'll complete today's class with an inhale together and an exhale. And bring your thumb knuckles to forehead center. And the light and the love in me, Susan acknowledges the light and the love in each and every one of you. We'll bow together and say namaste. Namaste. Good work, guys. Thank you so much for being here with me. So this class is completely complimentary, and it's, again, every Friday, 1:30 to 2:30. And the link will always be the same. So share it, invite your friends, and come back to see us. Yeah, bring your questions. If there's anything specific you want to practice, let me know. Jacqueline, I want to know what your dog's name is. It was really fun being with you guys. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Is there anything you can... Thank you. Bye, guys.